We think of ourselves as living in a highly educated time, but there's a sense in which we actually do very little education. On the surface, this claim seems ridiculous. Schools and universities fill the world, and the modern world can boast of impressive scientific understanding and technological advancements. It helps to turn to the distinction that has often been made between education and training. Training refers to the ever-important work of imparting the skills that will be necessary for living in society and performing well within one's given profession. Education, on the other hand, has often referred to something more holistic, focused on developing the entire human person. To understand this sense of education, we have to go back to a momentous discovery by the ancient Greeks. The Western educational tradition is founded in part on the Greek concept of paideia. Unique among human civilizations, the Greeks were convinced that the world is a cosmic order that could be articulated based on the laws and principles of the natures of things, and they constantly strove to discover the principles behind that order. In their art, architecture, philosophy, and politics, the Greeks sought to understand the ordered universe in which they lived so that they could bring harmony, order, and beauty to their lives and their civilization. They were ever seeking for the fulfillment or excellence of everything. Their educational ideal, paideia, arose from this vision of the world. They asked this question: could not the human person be brought to excellence, to the fulfillment of its intrinsic nature, just like the rest of the world? This insight led the Greeks to develop an education that applied to all people. They would not merely train individuals to play a role in their society according to social class and profession, but would instead seek to bring all those being educated up to this human ideal. From physical training to creative pursuits, from the 7 liberal arts to formation in virtue, the Greeks envisioned education as existing to bring individuals to a harmonious and ordered excellence, bringing the human person to the fulfillment of its nature. To be a Greek was not then first a matter of ethnicity or parentage. It was a matter of whether one had been educated according to paideia. The shortcoming of the Greeks' impressive educational ideal was that it provided a vision of a human brought to excellence and natural virtue, but it did not provide an answer to the deepest question of the meaning of human life. In short, it tended to produce people all dressed up with nowhere to go. When Christianity encountered paideia, it recognized the truth that lay within it, but also furnished that sense of grandeur and meaning to human life that the Greeks could not provide on their own. We should strive after greatness because God has a plan for our lives. That's the true fulfillment of human nature. Christianity vivified paideia, which on its own had tended to turn into a lifeless ideal, by giving it the dynamism necessary to continue through the ages. The Western tradition has long strove to educate individuals according to this Christian appropriation of paideia. Far from limiting itself to the ever-important work of providing students with the technical know-how necessary to navigate society and their professions, Christian schools and universities have sought to bring the human person to a state of flourishing, including moral development, physical health and excellence, and a philosophic habit of mind that is able to perceive the whole of things. This stroke of genius, Greek education swept up by Christian vision, has awakened the imagination and intellect of countless students through the centuries. It has been transformative, a priceless treasure worth guarding and passing on.